says, now Jesus sat opposite the treasury and saw how the people put money into the treasury, and many who were rich put in much. This one poor widow comes in and throws in 2 mites, which makes a quadrant. Roughly maybe $1.50. So he calls to his disciples to himself and says to them, surely I say to you that this poor widow has put in more than all those who have given to the treasury. For they all put in from their abundance, but she out of her poverty put in all that she had, her whole livelihood. You've got to understand a couple of things to understand the power of this story. First of all, in church back then, it didn't sorry, I'm making a mess of my the best. Okay, in church back then, it wasn't kind of like it was here. So I got to explain how it works. Offering was not like it happens here. You guys sit and the baskets will come to you. In that time, it was a little different. It was this thing up front, and they had this, like, big, I don't know if it was a basket. I don't exactly know how they told me in the New Testament class. I fell asleep during that period. But it was like, it was this, like, it was a bowl or it was a brass thing. And people would walk up and put their offering in. Okay, so you'd be sitting like this, and people would walk up the aisle, and there'd be this thing right up front, and they, put stuff in there. So you know how the potential is there to play on that, right? So this is how it works. Okay, so here's what we got to do. Okay, now the knife was really digging in. I'm feeling a little moving. All right, so everybody go. Okay, that really sucked. Let's do that again. Just in everything, he was all his elegant stuff, would come walking down and do this. And then he would do this, and the crowd would go. Okay, that was kind of fun. Somebody else give me a dollar right here. Kevin, come on, get the next one. What do you think of explaining? What are you going to do? It's not enough, okay? You're fine. You're fine. No, now you're the chairman of the board. Come on, man. Show me what you got. Ron gave you 20. Okay? I got 20 from Ron. It isn't fine. Okay, so I think I matched Ron. I got to do this. Ooh, Mel actually gave me 25. Did you mean to do that? Basket would come, and he would go. Right, so that's how it would work. They would all come down, and they would put the money in the basket. So you kind of get this feel for how this whole system works, right? It's very showy. It's very ostentatious. It's a really difficult thing. So now you get the idea of how in the passage it says Jesus coming back. And he's watching all this. And it says he's unimpressed. Okay? It's not moving him in the least. Because, first of all, the guy's got it all. He could snap his fingers and have wealth galore and build anything he wanted. He instantly said, if you wreck this, 3 days later, I'll rebuild it, and I don't even need you to do it. He's unimpressed with everything that's happening as these guys are all coming in. Because people look at the outward thing that they're doing and going, ooh and ah, but he knows within them is an unmarked grave. And he's unimpressed. He's not moved in the least as he's sitting watching this. Then in the passage it says he sees something, and suddenly his interest is piqued. Suddenly he's got enough energy in him that he starts calling the boys together. Thomas, Thaddeus, Peter, come here quick. I need you to see something. Come quickly, come stand with me. Come look right back there. See that pillar? See the lady that is right behind it? See the one that's standing behind her? Watch. Watch her. Watch her. Her name is Stacy. She's 42 years old. She was married. Her husband left her for another woman with 2 children. She has no job. For the last 3 weeks, she has had barely enough food on the shelf to feed. Her bills are coming due, and she realizes she doesn't have enough to take. Watch her, boys. Watch her. Watch her. She's struggling hard. She doesn't know what she's going to do. She's pretty broken. She goes to bed alone at night and cries. She's hurting inside really badly. Watch. Watch what she's about to do. And the passage says he got really excited. And he pointed out to them that they needed to see what was about to happen. And she's quietly sitting in the back because she's embarrassed. And she's ashamed. Because she got 2 mites that she's looking to put in. She's been watching the show that's been happening up here. And all the guys that are dropping in these big bags. And this is all she's got to offer. And God is thrilled with this. He's so excited. He wants to make sure that his whole team doesn't miss what is about to happen. You can tell a lot about a person by what they get excited about. And he starts telling them about her, and then they sit quietly. And after kind of service has been done and people start to clear away, when nobody's looking, and nobody's cheering, and nobody's saying anything, and she's got nothing left. That's the depth of this story. She got nothing left. In the little that we know about her, we know she's in a desperate situation. She's really hurting. She's really empty. She's really broke. And she's really crying out to God with her soul because she needs Him. She's not looking to put on a show because she's not capable of putting on a show. She can't even fake her brokenness. And she comes in quietly and places it in the basket when nobody's looking and walks away. And God gets excited as He's watching. And He turns to the guys and He says, I need you to understand something. I need you to understand it right now. It's really important. What she did, what Stacy just did, is more important than anything else you've ever seen here today. Anything else you've seen here today. What she just did is what fuels heaven and brings God out of His throne and keeps me going. Because see, the rest of them were giving out of everything that they had in abundance. It wasn't like a real sacrifice. They were doing it so other people could look. And they were doing it because they had plans and they decided to